Our next guest is Emmy-nominated actor Matt Smith. He's known, of course, for his roles in TV shows like Prince Philip on The Crown and as the 11th Doctor on Doctor Who. Now, he's back as Prince Daemon Targaryen in House of the Dragon. The series is a prequel to the massively popular show Game of Thrones. It is set 200 years before the events of that show and tells the story of the dragon riding House Targaryen. In this clip from the highly anticipated season 2 premiere, Daemon talks to his cousin Rhaenys about the death of his stepson.
A raven has told Rhaenyra that her son is dead. She needs to know it for certain.
She was a fool to go alone. What if Aemond were to happen upon her?
Then I would pity Aemond. The Queen was wise to recuse herself. She's not acted on the vengeful impulse that others might have.
If you'd have acted when you had the chance, Aegon's line would be extinguished. And Luke would be alive.
And we are so excited that Matt Smith is here and joins us now. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Okay.
You're all beautifully turned out, I have to say.
So are you. Oh,
thank you very much.
Turned back.
Thank you very much.
Dashing as always.
We dress to impress.
You do every time. So let me ask you about season 2 of House of Dragons. We were talking a little bit backstage there. You say that in season 2 we see a much weaker version of Prince Daemon than we've had in the past.
I think so. Well, I think he sort of tumbles into anonymity in a way. He gets sort of softer, lazier, fatter, slower, and he's sort of haunted by his demons, really, by ghosts, by apparitions, by his own sense of his the weight of all the bad deeds that he's done really come home to roost, so to speak, and I think he becomes more exposed, really, in a way.
Well, he's known to be cunning. He's murderous. He's aggressive.
Yeah.
And yet the fans love him.
Yeah.
The fans love him.
As well, really. Well, I think he's got his own sort of warped, perverted sense of justice and loyalty, and in his head he's doing the right thing often. And, you know, he was, in a way, he was a very loving brother. In a way, he's a very loving husband.
Right.
He's just, you know, there's a lot of damage there.
How do you step into that mindset?
How do you? I mean, I don't know. I think the wig's quite a help.
Oh, I love the wig.
Although I hate putting the back on. But
I can understand why you would hate the wig, because your actual natural hair is gorgeous.
well, thank you very much. Come again.
And this is coming from a man with
gorgeous
head.
hair.
I am a retired hair
You
model.
have a lovely head of
Thank
hair,
you.
actually.
He's a retired hair model, for real.
Oh, are you?
But let's not get into that.
I can see that. I can see that.
That's too much for this morning, in a special edition. But why do you not like the wigs? The wigs are the...
Oh, no, look, I love it. It looks fantastic. And just for the kind of record, it looks wonderful. But it's a pain in the backside.
Is it a lace front? You have to stick it on.
Lace front, and there's a bald cap, and it takes an hour and a half. And I can't sit still at the best of times, you know what I mean? So let alone when you've got to sit there. But it's cool. And
Okay. All right, enough about the wigs. Let's talk about the show. This is action-packed. Yeah. So
it is.
And you are a man of good stature, and it looks like you're somewhat athletic.
You used to play football, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm athletic.
Football is in
I'm athletic at having a lager.
Right. But you also, this is not easy on the body. You've taken some bumps and bruises, some damage.
Yeah.
What is it like preparing for a physical role like this?
Well, it's enjoyable, and it keeps me out of trouble, I think, in a way. But actually, in the first season, I slipped a disc in my neck doing a stunt. Yeah, exactly. We were in Portugal, and so for the last sort of 2 episodes, I don't really move very much.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like that. And but yeah, no, it's that's sort of one of the joys, really, of being in a show of this scale.
You also got cut, right?
Yeah, I got cut on the head. Hey, but look.
So the swords are real, for people who don't know. Some of them.
Some of them are. Some of them are, yeah. Some of them are kind of actual kind of steel blades and stuff, but often we fly with these plastic ones, rubber ones.
What would you tell people in terms of giving this show an opportunity if you feel like it's so big or you haven't been following it? I know this is only the 2nd season, but why should people give it a shot?
Well, if you like sort of blonde, maniacal families, it's full of it's like a great big political sort of odyssey, really, and it's violent and sexy and strange, and there's some really wonderful characters. We've got some fabulous new actors who've come in this year, I have to say. Tom Glencarney's just fantastic, and You know, look, it's a hoot, really. I think it's worth a punt. I think.
Yeah.
Matt, let me ask you before you go about
Yes.
Doctor Who. We were talking about it backstage.
Oh, I love it.
You likened it to a term in office in the UK when you
yeah.
become the 11th Doctor Who. But there is a new Doctor Who, and Ncuti Gatwa. What advice do you have for Mr. Gatwa?
Well, I was once told by a Texan guy who was a director called Wilson Malim, and I did my first play with him, and I left, and he said, Matt, listen to no one. And that is the only piece of advice I ever give to anyone, really. So we spoke very briefly, but he's such a fabulous actor. He's got such. I mean, he's born to play it, I think.
Right.
And it's just a great ride. And I think now it's gone to Disney as well, the kind of scale of it has just gone. So, yeah, I said, mate, listen to no one and do it your way.
I'll just say that in anything I've ever seen you in, whether it's Doctor Who, whether it's Game of Thrones, whether it's as Prince Philip in The Crown, you channeled him perfectly. You're an incredible actor.
That means a great deal.
Yeah, no, it's so great to have you here, man.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Being here.
Yeah.
Matt Smith, thank you very much. Episode 1 of Season 2 of House of the Dragon debuts on Sunday, June 16th, and will be available to stream on Max.